Hi, beautiful humans. Welcome to this reading. I am looking at what is next on your spiritual journey through life. I think I've done this reading or something very similar to it, maybe one or two times, otherwise on this channel. And I remember being like kind of the same way that I feel right now, as in like, who the hell do I think I am? I don't know enough about spirituality to like let you know anything about your spiritual journey. But then when I did the readings before for us, really cool things came through that were very much like, you're a spirit having a human journey, kind of vibes. So let's see what comes through. Welcome to this channel if you haven't been here before. My name is Erica. I do pick a card readings on here. I just drew 3 cards. I'm going to be tuning into 3 different groups. 3 different messages. Let's turn the cards over, use them to feel drawn to, and that's how you intuitively and psychically will know which group is meant for you. There will be messages in that group that will resonate. If they don't, never try to force it. That's not helpful at all. I do every single reading here on this channel with the intention of being helpful, and I channel all of your guides for support for you. But okay, group 1, we have the hawk with vision. Group 2, the dove with peace. And group 3, the boar with bravery. We couldn't have all 3 be birds now, could we? Okay, trust in the nudge toward one or the other. Head to the timestamp for your group. I will see you there in your messages about what is next on your spiritual journey. Hey, beautiful humans. In group 1, you all were drawn to the hawk card with the word vision on it. So these are your messages about what is next on your spiritual journey. I know from your card, we are speaking of heightened extrasensory abilities and how they apply to your daily world. That is a huge core factor in what is to come for you all. There's something about this card and how I'm drawn to this like disc kind of representation of the sun. And I'm drawn to the fact that this woman's eye almost looks cloudy, even though this card with hawk energy is speaking of vision. It's almost as if it's talking about what's next on your spiritual journey is relying on other senses to perceive your world around you, and leaning a little bit more on assistance. It's strange. It's like the hawk is something that is outside of this woman, and the hawk is like, oh, this is so hard to put into words, but it's something like when it comes to what you're used to, like for the vast bulk of humans on earth, we're used to vision and using that very much so to perceive the world around us. It's almost like put that on the back burner because it's normal, regular, it's normal for all of us. You probably have a lot of people assisting you in that kind of stuff. That kind of thing, I don't know. It's like whatever you can treat as normal and you got assistance for, put it on the back burner. We're talking about what's next on your spiritual journey is potentially those abnormal things, those extrasensory things, those telepathic things, those deep, intense meditation, that kind of visionary pursuit kind of thing. All of the clairs, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairgustance, all that kind of stuff is what's next on your spiritual journey. Bottom of the tarot deck is the 2 of Pentacles. And again, it feels like we're reprioritizing. It feels like, what was a priority? Vision. I use my eyeballs to see, and if I can see it, then it's real, kind of a thing. We're putting that on the back burner, and we're heightening the importance, still doing, the vision kind of a thing, whatever our like, 5 most used senses, blah, blah, blah. We're still doing that, but it's just something is taking over in terms of a priority. Like if you have a very heightened sense of perception, like intuition, we're using that. It's also something like even, let's stop giving examples and let's just get to the tarot. It's something like heightened sense of smell. I think that falls in the category of clairgustance, isn't it? There are a lot of clairs. It's a growing list of clairs where like you can smell and taste things randomly. Okay, let's see a little bit more about this. We have Queen of Wands, and I think that there's a reason that this is taking shape and taking hold. I think that you are a person who has a certain bearing. I'm hearing the word countenance. Countenance, is that the word? You have a certain status or bearing or symbolism kind of a thing in society right now in some kind of a way where you're very comfortable doing this. And so then more of this is likely to come to you. I don't know, maybe you're in a particular career or job where reading the room, trusting in your instincts, or, reading a person really, really well is extremely useful in that job. There's something about your state of beinghood as it stands right now is perfectly positioned to grace us all with more of this kind of gift. Let's see a little bit more about this. We have 6 of Swords, and I think it's going to put your mind at ease because I think you're going to have a lot of experiences, group 1, where it's going to feel like proof. It does not feel good. I don't know, something psychic, something intuitive, something extrasensory, and what's going to happen is like something that you would say is scientific proof of your capacity, your capabilities, your ability. We've all had those kinds of, you're watching a tarot reading right now on YouTube. We've all been able to, unless this is your very first tarot reading, we've all been able to like watch a tarot reading on YouTube and be like, God damn, how do they know? And that's proof enough for us to keep watching and keep gaining from doing this kind of stuff and listening to it. You're going to have quite a lot that's like that will kind of set your whole heart, mind, life journey at ease a whole lot more. It'll make things feel smoother, calmer waters. We also have 6 of Wands, which I feel like it is going to lead to I'm hearing a historic victory for you. Okay. It is going to lead to something that will matter for you. Like you needed to show some form of proof or substance or sustenance to what it is that you can do or how these things are amplifying in you. You're going to be able to like kind of show your world or show the world around you, or maybe show your bosses, your superiors, the people who you are assisting and serving in your life, in your career in some kind of way, show them that it's true. In a lot of ways, group 1, this is tracking for all those things that come online inside of us when we become parents. Like that is such a profound initiation of a whole lot of stuff inside of us that isn't fully, completely, totally understood by science. It's still undergoing a whole lot of study, but there's something about how you might have the capacity to know your child so thoroughly, similar to, Stranger Things, season 1, where Winona Ryder's character, she just like had that knowing that her son was trying to communicate to her. So she did the crazy thing of buying the Christmas lights and putting them up on the wall in the alphabet and like helping him communicate with her. Proof. Wow, I want to shout that. My heart wanted to shout that and like slam harder on my table. I'm not going to. Slam harder on my table, be like, proof! Like Lieutenant Caffey and A Few Good Men. The Fool. And then we also have King of Wands. What? Page of Swords. There is an energy that will be approaching you, or you will be approaching, that is larger than you, that will be working with you on this. And I want to say energy because it genuinely could be a person. What's showing up is the Queen and the King of Wands, but let's just say that it is an energy that is capable of massively supporting you and organizing you and shifting your whole reality to be able to support and do even more with your internal capacities of power and prowess in your extrasensory abilities that are going to be enacted, coming online more, going to be generating even more for you and through you. I really want to say it's about you. It's about you showcasing this. It's about you potentially showing them off, because I also got the knowing or the notion that the King of Wands has the potential of being like your business or your platform or something that wants to host you. Whoa, hold on. I just got 6 cards, but then these ones just wanted to come out and say this to us right now. What does your soul say? And overrate your intuition. Okay. There is something that your soul is capable of detecting. And let's just put it there for right now, because we don't have better words to describe what it is that we do when we are intuitive, psychic, and instinctive. We're getting there. But this overrate your intuition is what we're talking about with this King of Wands, Fool, Page of Swords card. There is some energy outside of you that has the capacity to support and overrate what it is that you do. It could be something like an agent or a manager or a boss, or like someone who completely falls head over heels in love with you and wants to completely amplify what it is that you do, kind of like support it like that. Social media platforms, setting yourself up in some kind of a way to do this for others, something like that. But let's see a little bit more. We have choose who you are becoming. We also have fearless expression, and we have external validation. There's something about the potential that you have, the capacity that you have to be able to do this for others and support others in your kind of a way. This will matter to you, and it will matter to you to be able to amplify it. I gave an exceptional example, I think, potentially, I don't know, your guides are saying this, of the Stranger Things and Winona Ryder. She did these things for her son. She amplified it. She chose that she was going to become crazy. Oh, the fuck well, you know, fearless in her expression of, I'm doing this kind of a thing. And then hopefully you guys have seen Stranger Things. Like everybody has seen Stranger Things, haven't we? Like half the world. And then external validation, that Six of Wands that we were talking about, that proof. This could be extremely large for quite a few of you. I'm thinking of like, there's this one dude that came across my feed on social media not too long ago, but I wasn't really into it, but he's a psychic medium. He has dark hair and he wears like sparkly jackets and things like that. But I mean, like, I think he has a show where he travels around and he like channels people's loved ones for them in the audience, you know, something like that. We have more than enough examples. I'm literally right now on YouTube doing this, okay, for us all. You will find your way, whether it is fame and fortune way or extraordinarily familial and intimate. You will find your way. And again, there's going to be that external validation. I love these two cards coming out together. Fearless expression. You composing yourself in the direction that you choose for how you want to convey what you are sensing. It's so easy for us all to say, like right now I'm looking out my window, you guys, it's directly in front of my table, and I could say I am seeing so much green because it's the height of summer and my backyard is full of green, you know? Okay, it's so fucking acceptable for me to say that. But for me to tell you like, like I'm psychically picking up on this, blah, 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 like that is all sorts of controversial. And yet we are constantly ascending humanity. We're constantly coming more and more and more online. Have you all heard of the telepathy tapes? That podcast, telepathy tapes, my God. Okay, there's something about you with this microphone of figuring out how you want to express it fearlessly. And then look, the headphones, I got you. Oh, I hear it. Oh, I like this. Okay, then we have magic happens when you most expect it. Holy shit. Okay, we've got clairvoyance coming through. We have, well, sure, all the clairs I already said, but there's something about, what is it? Precognizance, like where you're going to have a knowing of something before it occurs. Cut the cords of doubt, yeah. And then we have creator air. This is a bit of a repeat. I kind of love how the colors are doing what they're doing with these cards. God, I love this deck. But there's something about the ability with creator air, the ability to communicate this in a way that is new, in a way that creates, in a way that expands. This is, gosh, I love this because this is Age of Aquarius, is it not? Aquarius is an air sign, and it is an extraordinarily wild, weird, alien, collaborative, we literally are considering all people involved kind of energy, and we're getting very innovative. Very innovative. At this point with these three, I want to say, how do you want to use the internet with this? This is part of your spiritual journey moving forward. Group one. Yeah. How do you want to use your ability in the Age of Aquarius with the internet when you cut the cords of doubt? Because you can realize that you can almost like preconceive everything. You can see it before it happens potentially. I don't know, maybe this is also talking about you can plan whatever it is that you're about to do so thoroughly and expand into it with such great capacity. even if it is intimate and familiar or communal, community, local. We have sweetness, and then we also have fear. That's it. What is it? Fearless expression and cut the cords of doubt. I think that people, I'm hearing something right now. This has never happened. Okay, I'm hearing this from one voice. Your guides are coming through with 2 people will be coming to you. Be wary of them. Take care with them. They will follow through for you. Okay, now I'm being told to get these cards and move on to the next deck. You guys who have been watching me and the way that I channel and the way that I read for a while now, you know that kind of stuff has like never happened. I feel a little bit weird. Like one single voice coming through, because when I channel all of the voices of your guides, all of our guides, whoever is guiding you, who is helpful. And they kind of come through in one kind of funneling of a channeled message for me to the best of our ability. It's like AI, if you do a Google search and the AI summarizes what like all of Google comes up with, that's what it feels like when I channel for you all. That one singular voice to come up with that kind of a specific message is extremely rare. That like literally I don't have a memory of that happening while I've been doing this tarot channel for you guys. Private readings, shit, yeah, that kind of stuff happens all the time. But okay. More bread, period of prosperity and abundance. That is very obvious. It's also, I think, innovative in terms of what kind of prosperity and abundance you are likely to have. It might not all have a lot to do with money and that kind of wealth. It might have a lot to do with this trend. I'm on TikTok now, by the way, which is overwhelming for me. It's taken me a really long time to get there. It's primarily relationship and love readings that I'm really drawn to doing, but I'm on TikTok if you want to check it out, link in the description of this video. But I keep seeing this trend where people are acknowledging that they're wealthy in other ways, like very much so. And they're showing that, and people in the comments for these videos are like, I want to be rich like you, kind of a thing. So you're entering into that table, hard work ahead. That is undeniable, undoubtable here. It's hard work, even like I was saying, to like, I can look out my window and comfortably tell all of us that I see green. But can I tell you that thing about what just happened when there is that one voice and how I channel guides and stuff like that? We're getting a little bit more comfortable with that. We're going there, but you got some hard work with this extra sensory capacity that is growing inside of you. We also have Valley with deep personal strength and peace that assure success. What a perfect card to symbolize that energy that we were saying with your Queen of Wands and Six of Swords leading into the Six of Wands. You are a person who already has capacity. So of course, this kind of energy is likely to flow to you because it has such a great potential of flowing through you. And it has the likelihood of bringing about a whole lot of peace in your life and in the world around you, which of course ensures a specific kind of success for you. And then your last tea leaf card, Ring. Okay, this King of Wands, that got so strong. Gosh, your guides are fucking following through with these cards, aren't they? They're perfect. They're perfect for the messages we're channeling. Of course, you guys are the extrasensory pile. And of course, we're doing really well with reading this accurately. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. That is what we were saying. And that's why I felt called to channel this King of Wands energy with the Fool and the Page of Swords as either marriage or business. It's someone who wants to flow with you, through you. Someone who has the capacity to generate a force field surrounding you that holds this all well, that has the capacity to just kind of protect it and hold it as something sacred. Okay, your next two cards, Attract Through Glow. And then we also have Just Trust. That's the vibe here. How do you feel about this? Because Queen of Wands is a vibe that completely grows? Okay. Glows. is what I was going to say. It's Leo energy. She has courage, determination. She is a beacon. She, he, whatever your gender is, it's just, queen vibes, It's the embodiment of light energy, joy, peace, whatever we got inside of us that is our light. We are beaconing it. That's what Queen of Wands is talking about. So you are going to be attracting through glow. And then there's this just trust, grow kind of vibe of when you are going to be emerging through this. I just heard the word justice, meant in the capacity of like a spiritual tone to it, not necessarily like, our third dimensional, like get justice, vindication and revenge and rewards. It's not necessarily like that. It's like we're going to be experiencing growth here once we break through this crust of illusion. And here we go. We're going to be happy little moles and bowls. But again, there's something about trusting this process, trusting your abilities. Okay, your very last card, group 1. Oh, I was so... Okay, sorry. Getting super delighted here. I was drawn to these 2 little rainbows. I almost wanted to bring them up and comment on them, like as I was just saying words about the moles and the voles, but I'm like, there's no like this all happened very quickly in my head. I was like, I want to reference these rainbows, but there's no reason to. And then we have this card that's bringing our reason, okay? Dancing in the rainbow. Let us not forget you're about to enter into that period of prosperity and abundance in all of its forms. And it says, break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness, Queen of Wands. Express these gifts, express these abilities. Find out what you truly desire. This is interesting. I feel, again, choose who you are becoming. I feel like the last thing that wants to come through in your messages, group 1, about what is next on your spiritual journey is the reality of it might be more beneficial and so much more useful to everything and everyone if you choose about you rather than if you choose into one of those like I'm hearing negative words where we kind of like, I don't know, there's a vibe going around. You guys can let me know if you can put it in better words in the comments, but it's something like, if you choose like, I just want to help people, or I desire to save the world. We can all vibe with that. We all get it, but there's something that's coming through the collective where it's like the way to do that is to do self-love. Are you being treated well? Where is your worthiness? How are your boundaries? Are you saying yes when you mean it and no when you mean it? Are you using your free will, your sovereignty, your sacred masculine power of, free will choices? Are you allowing yourself to be co-opted and siphoned? Are you allowing yourself to be invaded? Kind of a thing. There's something in this, find out what you truly desire and choose who you are becoming, that's almost giving you this kind of directive of what would set your life up well, what would set your life at ease. And don't worry about needing to control the outcome of the world around you. Just strive to be who you are, lift you up, and see what is to come as a result of you doing that. How do we all feel about that? It feels like turning our back on the wounds of the world potentially, but it's like, let's help you with yours, please. Please. Let's see what that does for the world. Okay. Oh, this felt so cool for me as a tarot reader group 1 to channel this. I can't tell you how grateful I am in this moment. Maybe you guys can literally extrasensory perceive how grateful I am. Genuinely. This felt really, really nice to channel for you all. Thank you. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being alive right now and allowing your soul to gift you these kinds of things. But that's it. That's what your guides and I have for you. If you like this reading, of course, like and subscribe. Check out links that I have in the description of this video. I have a book that I really love to tell you all about. If you are a tarot reader, this is the paperback version of my little book of tarot spreads. I have a whole lot of chapters of a whole lot of spreads for us to use to figure out our world and ourselves and everything and anything. If you want the paperback version, I do it through Lulu, which is a print on demand thing. So it takes a couple of days to print, a couple of days to get to you. Otherwise, you can have it right now, immediately as an ebook, a PDF download, So you can click on those links and get that. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always. at the exact same time, I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 2. You all were drawn to this, the Dove card with the word peace on it. So these are your messages all about what is next on your spiritual journey. I have to say that your Dove card is giving the vibes of what is next has a lot to do with age. You being like age in the context of releasing any kinds of biases and any kinds of judgments about where you are at when you are there. It's kind of, it doesn't matter what age you are, and it truly does, in the form of let us blossom fully into it, embrace it, and completely thrive with every part of, you know, what that age allows you to do, what it gifts to you, how you can be in certain ways. And I'm hearing like the words like you shouldn't be in others. There's something about how you're going to go through a process where you're going to realize that like every point in your life, every moment in time is perfect for where you are when you are there. Does that make sense? We're going straight to the tarot, but it feels like this kind of a thing of releasing yourself from any notion that you need to look a certain way, be a certain kind of person at a certain time. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking of like fresh out of college, you're trying to get a job, and every job is wanting like at least 5 years of experience. That might pressure you to feel like you're meant to be at a different age or life phase than where you are. And yet, what you're about to experience or go through spiritually has a lot to do with you are what you are. What are the great things about it? You know, you're fresh out of college. What is wonderful about you being that age at that time, you know, kind of a thing. And obviously, I mean, like the person on this card has gray hair. Obviously, this has a lot to do with, you know, approaching elder years and completely embracing philosophically a whole different way of looking at it. You know, a whole different way of looking at it, that rather than society's negative biases toward it. Like, you have wrinkles. Cool. You know, what does that say for you? What does that do for you? You know, anything like that. Okay, let's see a little bit more. We have Emperor. I'm hearing like the more you can do this with stability, the more you can put, this is a weird thing to say, but the more you can put this on offer to others, the grander it will all be. The brighter your light will shine, the greater the beacon of who you are. The more you can realize like, I am this age, and you assertively conduct yourself according to all that that entails, all that that has, almost very specifically and exclusively to you. You are at an age, you are where you are at in your life, you look how you look, you think how you do. What does all that mean for you, and what are all of the positives and benefits about that? We also have the 7 of Swords. I feel as if you guys are going to be doing something, allow me this, I've been picking up for the last few months, like it's okay, you guys, group 2. I do a lot of channeling for private clients. I do a lot of readings for myself and my friends, and I obviously do this YouTube channel, and now I've just started a TikTok. But at the exact same time, there's always something running through me, like a large current that we're all swimming through, that's letting me know about the collective as a whole, something about the collective of humanity that I need to be tuning into. And with these 2 cards, I think that you're going to be serving some kind of a role in divine masculine purpose-driven kinds of energy. I think you're going to kind of be helping us all relieve each other and ourselves of these kinds of burdens that we're talking about here, like biases and cultural things and stuff like that. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. And I just heard the words get up and go, do something. Like, I just heard the words in such a positive way saying, use you. In a positive way, like, I don't know, like how do you look and how do you feel? And whatever you think is great and beneficial about that, like shower it all around, like pour it all over the world around you. Oh, okay. We have the Three of Wands. We also have Strength, and we have the Knight of Swords. This is very interesting. I feel like for quite a few of you, you're going to have a physical journey. I kept hearing it or kept more seeing it here. I don't know. I don't know how to describe some of the shit that comes to me sometimes and how it does. A physical journey of something like fitness and having that I'm hearing it play a role of magnitude in your life. Almost like you convey, with this Knight of Swords thing, you convey, and the Three of Wands, you convey your journey about your physical body and your physical existence a whole lot more openly in the future. This is spiritual in its nature. It's like kind of like you have this gift of a physical body. You have power inside of it. How does that want to flow through you? And how do you want to have an objective of somehow presenting that and communicating that to the world around you? It really feels like a whole lot of this journey has a lot to do with what you choose to do with your physical body, how you choose to approach physical fitness, and the idea that health is wealth. There's something about that going on here with these last three cards. I feel like the Three of Wands really wants to come out as some form of a journey. So it might be travel, but it feels like that kind of a thing of like, this is my health journey. This is my fitness journey. And then the Knight of Swords is like, please do communicate this. Knight of Swords is charged up with fire power, fire energy. There's passion behind it. You have a role to play in the future about sharing information. Yeah, because of the Strength card, you're either building physical strength and stamina or something like that, and you're going to showcase it, or it's all of those other properties of what we've been talking about is like, I am strong at this age in these kinds of ways because of this, you know, like, I don't know, younger generations speaking with older generations might be able to point out like, oh, hey, like you don't have to be so sexually repressed as you have been. You know, your generation was raised more sexually repressed than ours is. Or, hey, you can use this app. Here, I'll show you how. You know, and that's like a brilliant benefit of being young in our modern era. You're usually way more tech savvy, okay? And then the benefit of like an older generation speaking to the younger generation can say, these were my experiences. This is what I lived through. If I could give you 5, you know, points of advice based on what I've gone through, it's this, and this, you know, kind of a thing. And this, sorry, 5 points. Okay, let's see a little bit more about this. We have Change Maker Make Waves. This is making me think of my friend Kira Siva. If you guys haven't checked her out, her YouTube account is Kira Siva. I'll try. It's Kyrasiva. She does tarot, and she introduces every single reading on her tarot channel with something like hello change makers. So change maker make waves, that's the idea. You're changing something in your world almost completely internally. You're relieving yourself of certain biases, and you're allowing the whole world to be along with you on this journey. Bliss is worth creating from. I think you're going to be going back and forth about your own personal identity or identifying with who you are according to, you know, the standards and the biases and or who you are and what you like and what you're on about. It's kind of like going back and forth with body image. It's kind of like going back and forth with a specific kind of diet or the way you like to eat. Feel free to do something like that. Touch base with the world outside of you and the world inside of you consistently on this journey. And then okay, I should have turned this over before I said all this. Find your sacred flow is the objective. You're meant to find your sacred flow of living as who you are in the body that was gifted to you at the time of life that you are truly in. And embrace every single aspect of that. We have ambush fear with your ferocious dream. If you guys want to, you can leave it in the comments at this point. If any of this specifically resonates for you all as it is in alignment with some kind of a very, very strong dream inside of you, strong drive, a desire you have for your future, a wish, a goal, you know? There's something about this of like the ambush fear and the Knight of Swords, something about being able to communicate about this will help. And then we have prosperity, sisters, our happiness and joy. That's the whole entire thing. There's something about this Emperor and the Seven of Swords where there's a whole lot of excuses for why we're not meant to enjoy each other and ourselves at any given age, why we're not meant to even like connect at different ages. Like, you know, school systems are set up to segregate according to age for good reason, while at the same time different kids, different humans have different aptitudes and different things at different times as they grow and matriculate. And there's something inside of you that I think needs to be approached in this kind of a way of, we're all together, let's blend and blur the lines of what age even means and the values that we have. It's almost as if inside of you all, over this next phase of your spiritual journey, group 2, you all are going to be bringing back in certain kinds of ways, communal kinds of things, community kinds of things, like multi-generational living, you know, instead of like the old folks go in the old folks home. When you have a child, you go into suburbia. When you are young, you live in a flat in the city, you know, like it's those kinds of things. It's like, let's blur it all. And then we have, I called it. I don't fully know what this is. I'm so hella tuned in these last few months to the divine masculine. It's a little bit exhausting. I am a woman. It's exhausting. Something is happening with the masculine. Okay, but welcome the divine masculine. Let's get some more cards, because I'm like, I'm tuned in, but I don't fully know what's gonna happen, but there's something about you that is going to be supportive and therefore supported. I honestly forget what we channeled when the Emperor came out and then the Seven of Swords came out. There's something about what you're about to do that's literally going to change things and make waves. How do you all feel about that? We have ideation, and again, I want to ask you guys, if you want to leave it in the comments, you do not have to. Do you have this already in mind? Do you know what this is? If so, then this is your hella confirmation of like, yes, your soul is speaking very wisely, very creatively, and very strongly to you. Very prominent. Strength, again, what? Okay, there's something about the strength of your will, the power that you have to make these changes. And there is also something about you carrying the form of probably physical embodied strength a whole lot more. I'm gonna get one more of these tea leaf cards. It's very distracting anytime I put my hand in this big ass bag of a whole lot of cards. I completely forgot what I was saying about strength. So let's get to your tea leaf cards and see if it says it for me. We have Moon, changes in your life, definite, especially those physical, prominent physical changes. We also have Dragon with beware of self-delusion. That's that whole back forth thing. This bliss is worth creating from. You know, it's kind of like, am I getting my sexy body back, you know, after a breakup or after having kids or something like that? Am I losing the dad bod and bulking up? Is it for me? Or is it so that I can be attractive to other people? Or is it because it makes me feel good? Or I don't know, I don't care. You know, it's a kind of a thing of like, slowly I feel you all just kind of dissolving that whole thing. Dissolving what matters by going through something yourself. Maybe going through a fitness journey. That's for damn sure we're seeing that. We have news of a birth or a new business opportunity. I'm going to put that right there because this whole Three of Wands, Strength, Knight of Swords thing is something for you. You're conveying and communicating something. There's some kind of creative idea. There's something that feels very personal and yet very prosperous. Very, very individual and yet very communally communicative. That was hard to say. And then we have Dagger, fear, worries, and tense situations. It's interesting that that card kind of wants to come out and be set right over on this Seven of Swords. And I think that you all, by going through this, you all will be able to communicate in some kinds of ways that might feel very natural and easy and obvious about like how we don't have to have certain mindsets anymore, how we don't have to do certain things to ourselves or each other anymore. We can follow through with different kinds of waves and different kinds of objectives. I don't know, it's giving me the vibes of you guys will just like come through with very simple kinds of things to say about what really matters and what doesn't matter. And you'll help us be able to dissolve this whole, like, I don't know, I feel like it has everything to do with this whole competition thing. Like competition matters kind of a thing, like ranking of a person. Like when you're old, you're worthless. If you're a woman over 50, nobody cares. You know, kind of a thing, like that kind of ranking thing that maybe stimulates a whole lot of jealousy in men. Yeah, and then you guys probably know the incel stuff and that kind of stuff, and how it's like we put numbers to desirability. I don't know, I'm just feeling like that's what we're talking about here, and you're gonna be doing something that just feels really natural and calm and peaceful. Again, the dove, peace. There's a lot of peace inside of you. If you go ahead and do this, there's no if about this. There's a lot of peace inside of you as you go through this. And you're going to be able to convey this kind of peace about your world, you know? Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. You're going to be feeling peaceful because there's a lot of happiness and joy coming to you as a result of doing this kind of strength-driven journey and communicating about it. You're going to dissolve some kinds of stuff in the world around you that doesn't want to be there anymore. You're like deleting programs inside of human consciousness. Jesus. Okay, face your fear again. Wow. How does all this sound for you? Is this reading helping you do something like that? Because we got the dagger and fear, worries, tense situation. We have this beautiful raven crow kind of a thing, the prism, the key, all this kind of symbolism of like, once you do that, you can unlock something for you, yes. And by you doing that for you, hello world around you, getting to see the light now kind of a thing. Ooh. And then we have, I don't know why I reacted like that. Shake, release, heal, move on. I do know why. I don't know, sorry. It just didn't fit. Immediately, with this card, immediately, I got a sense of what this is, but for some reason it didn't immediately fit into your reading as where we were headed with this, so I just kind of like dismissed it. But how do you guys feel about like shaking and moving your body, dancing and being seen in that kind of a way? Literally like dancing for the benefits of joy, anything at all, joining up with one of those, like if you guys have in your city like a dance studio that hosts classes. How do you feel about something like that? Dancing for others, like taking on belly dancing and learning that, taking on like hip hop at any age, you know, kind of a thing. That's what came through with this card. That's what came through with this card. It was like physical dancing movement, like for fitness, for exercise, maybe not calisthenics or Jane Fonda kind of stuff, but like much more like inner city youth, you know those videos that are on social media where it's like the dance crew and everybody learns the vibes, and then you know there's like a huge wall of mirrors. You know what I'm talking about? It just feels like it's that kind of stuff. Like shake this shit out of your system, shake your body, shake your body. It's also making me think of something very deep and spiritual that's in one of my favorite books, Women Who Run with the Wolves, Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And she talks, I think it's several times in that book. It's been a minute since I've read it or looked at it, but she talks several times about times when she has seen like women just like embody movement freely and what it feels like to move our bodies completely free without any kind of restriction about like, oh, what this like, you know, cellulite looks like, or this jiggle over here, or I've got pendulous boobies. You know, kind of a thing. It's just like free movement. Free movement! That's why I reacted like that, like, woo! Or whatever I said, because it was just like exciting inside of me, the energy. It felt like release. Like, you know how a shaman uses a rattle It's like, get that shit out of you. Whatever it is, get that shit out of you. And physical movement feels really important. Okay, your last card, group 2. Yep. Total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. You got this. You know this. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. I am just going to leave this there. I don't want to add any more words to those perfect words for you all. Group 2, we're finished. Your guides and I are through. How do you feel about this? I'm going to ask you again to leave it in the comments if you do want to. No pressure, but like and subscribe because it's YouTube. And also, I have a bunch of links in the description of this video for stuff that I offer. This is my book. I created a little book of tarot spreads. If you are a tarot reader, go ahead, grab your deck, any level. This has over 100 spreads in it in 13 different categories. This one is environment. So like, you know, what's going on with where you are at and how the environment around you is reacting with you and stuff like that. And then we got like a shit ton of spiritual spreads there. But okay, if you want this book, this is the print version. I do it through Lulu, so it's print on demand. You can order it. It takes a few days to print and then it'll ship to you. And if you want it immediately right now, there's the ebook version, a PDF. So go ahead, check that out if you want to. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected, always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 3, you all. We're drawn to this, the Boar card with the word bravery on it. So these are your messages from your guides all about what is next on your spiritual journey. And from your card alone, I'm gathering that you all are about to do something, like walk through something that to the world around you will appear as if it is very brave, because I think it's dangerous to other people. It's charged up with that kind of thing of like going out on a limb or going on some kind of a journey, maybe like a solo or independent journey. But for some reason in this card, do you see that this person is wearing a bracelet? I'm being told by your guides that you are going to receive some kind of a tool to be able to do this with. I'm also hearing that you already have the tool. You know what it is. I don't yet. Let's see a little bit more about your messages, but that card is telling me a lot. You are going to walk easily through this. I'm hearing swim through it. That might be like, you know, actually physically what you are doing is swimming. But to the world around you, it'll appear as if it's difficult, strenuous, dangerous, hard. And to you, no, not at all. This is super interesting, group 3. Let's see a little bit more about what we're going for here, what we're talking about. 2 more tarot cards. It's this one. Okay. This feels like you're reaching some kind of a pinnacle of success of what you've been striving for in certain kinds of ways. Not necessarily success as has been defined by us of like success in your career or like a success. Wow. Like it feels like, you know, very personal, like how you personally would define success for you right now. But okay, let's see a little bit more. We have Hermit card, and I did feel the vibes of there's something about you and you alone. I do feel this energy of solo traveling, solo energy and efforts. This card, it shows the person and the boar. I don't think you're like gonna be alone, like you will have no friends, like kind of a thing. Everybody will leave you. No, that's not hermit energy at all. There's just something about the truth of you, who you are is like, let's burn your candle a little bit brighter. Let's give you like this lantern here with the hermit. Let's give you a little bit more juice. And turn the flame up. You know how this is like an oil lamp? You put a little bit more oil in it, or better, brighter burning oil. That's kind of what spirit is giving you. Okay, that's weird. 4 of Cups. Oh gosh, I'm just hearing this word of only you can do this. Only you have a belonging in who you are and where you are at. it's just, there's this energy of it's only you. Like, you are the one who can do this. What? Oh, we have the Queen of Wands. I don't know why she ended up being like this upside down. Let's turn her upright. And I think that's the idea. I think that's the objective. I think you're about to be infused potentially with whatever this tool is for you all that you've been using maybe for quite a while. Whatever that tool is, you're about to be infused with a generous amount of confidence inside of you, maybe from the world around you. Maybe you'll receive something in the near future or in the future that will gift you that kind of intelligence of, I can be bold here, I can be confident here. You know, just like something like inside of you that starts rising up, and it infuses you with this awareness of, I feel like I can be a whole lot more liberated right now in my frequency and in my objectives and in my pursuit. We also have Death, and we have Page of Swords, and we have Queen of Swords. Here we go. I'm hearing you're going to go through an up-leveling and an upgrade in your future for how you communicate and how you intelligently design your world. There's something about embrace the metamorphosis. You're going to be thinking differently, communicating differently, talking through things a whole lot more. And basically, I feel as if it's an intelligent power that will be coming to you about how you learn, yes, but also how you communicate. For quite a few of you, I feel like the tool that we're talking about now is definitely total AI related, total, completely, in ways that you might not know about right now. And maybe this tool that you have been using is exploring the capacity of AI as it exists right now. But I think what is going to be happening in the future with this Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, is you're going to figure something out with or through AI capacity. And it's going to give you more freedom, bravery, courage, boldness. There's something about it's only you, it's only through you, it can only be you kind of a thing. Let's, Queen of Wands, this energy, let's have you burn brighter. Let's like, oh my gosh, now I'm thinking of like Katniss and Girl on Fire and that kind of stuff. And like, you're the Mockingjay, Katniss, you know, Hunger Games vibes. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good like example of the vibe that we're picking up on here. Like, you guys know the Hunger Games and the books and the movies. It's like the whole thing was like, like there is no other Katniss Everdeen, there is no other Mockingjay. There's something with this Death, Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, is I think that you're going to go through something that might be similar to what the outer world right now is calling depression, or a shamanic journey where, you know, you have some kind of experience where parts of you end so that new parts can begin and start to really expand and thrive. Something about decoding you, like deleting or erasing like old programs or old habits and behaviors, because we got a whole lot more that wants to burn brighter and come online a whole lot easier. I don't know, I feel like what's about to occur is a simplifying and a simplification while the whole rest of the world handles an overcomplication. That's interesting. You guys are like very tech. It feels very tech savvy, maybe very technologically advanced. Whether we're talking about, you know, quantum, spiritual technology, like, you know, spiritual science, that kind of stuff, the mechanisms, metaphysically speaking, or we are literally talking about human generated and designed technology. We have gratitude again. We do have this energy of you are potentially going to be going through something that, at least spiritual context, is shamanic, like the Death energy. I don't know, it feels like something needs to happen and you go through something that a lot of people might find very scary or painful. Like literally what like true shamans go through in their training. That shit is harsh. If we really like learn about it, and I barely scratched the surface, if we really learn about that kind of stuff, it's not the simplest thing. You lose your mind so that you can gain it again, so that you can help people. There's something going on with this. Overthinking can spoil the magic. That's what I feel like is like, especially your thought, especially your communication and your intellect, your intelligence. Page of Swords into Queen of Swords is going to be like hyper focused on and hyper, I'm making up a word, intelligentified. I want to repeat it, intelligentified. Because it's something that's happening with you, through you, operating like in conjunction with you. You know, you're going to have something that is a tool. And so then we need to, also the overthinking can spoil the magic. It's something about deleting what isn't working, you know, deleting what is too crowded inside of you. And all these kinds of weird ways that I keep trying to like grasp at what this is. You, the muse. Can we repeat it any further, any larger, bigger, brighter, that it's about you? The Hermit, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands are all talking about how it's only you. It's just you. It's because of you. It happens through you. There is just you, kind of a vibe. Not that you're going to be alone or solo. It's just like you are the Mockingjay. That is the only example, like the best example. Katniss, Hunger Games. Okay. Oh, this came out for group 2. Prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy. I think you're going to walk this journey because you want to, and there's something about how it will please you to do so, even when it gets rough and tough and very, very challenging and difficult. There's something about how people sign up for plant medicine journeys. And yet when we consume them, when we go through the trips, you know, like it can be really unpleasant. I've done one, and you know, the outcome is fucking phenomenal, kind of a thing for my one. But like people have said, if you do ayahuasca, it tastes horrible, and like often people purge and vomit and all that kind of, they see like demons and monsters, you know, it's like, you know, but then, you know, we keep doing it, we keep coming back to it. It's also making me think of child pregnancy and giving birth, you know, like not I've experienced one natural childbirth, and it was literally horrible pain. Like the greatest physical discomfort and pain that I've ever felt in my life, and yet I would sign right back up for it because it just like is unbearably, you know, prosperity after, the rewards for after, you know, something like that you're going to be going through. What do you really want? Maybe this is why it's going to be so easy for you, because X marks the spot and you already have that on your map. And there's something about how you have such a clear journey and path forward. And so then what's on that journey and what's on that path doesn't necessarily matter to you. You know where you're going, so you're willing to take on and put up with whatever integrations and motivations and new starts and stop starts and whatever happens on that journey. You're very motivated because you know what you want. Or at least you will. If you don't know it now, you will know exactly what you want. And you also are gifted with this sense of purpose because of that. And you're very aligned to go as directly there as you can. Maybe that's it. I think also, I need to tell you guys, I'm hearing this now. It's been a weird thing so far in your reading, group 3. It's been a weird thing when it comes to time. Like your guides, anytime I was like, they kept giving me senses of how long or when this is going to happen, and then they would evaporate it. There's something about how inside of you time cannot matter or not exist. You know, you're in alignment, so you move forward, kind of a thing. I think that this is likely to occur very swiftly, but group 3, don't tie yourself to that, because we can easily lose heart when things don't happen in our determination of what quick and swift truly are for us. There's something about how I think that because you're so determined, because you know your end goal and your destination, you guys will be capable of doing things that are more risky, like, you know, spending the last amount of money that's in your bank account without knowing when or where the next amount of money is coming from or whatever. Or literally like what's on your card, walking over like a land bridge that is that thin. you all can do things like that because you are so tuned into the challenge and you're ready for it and you're aware. Like, I will get there, come hell or high water kind of vibes. And then we have celebrate your wins with this rooster boastful energy. Here we go. Here we go. I think that your guides really want to come through with what's next on your spiritual journey is this kind of a success. Again, didn't we say something like success? And then to be able to shine brighter as a result of it. I don't know what that is fully, but let's see a little bit more. I mean, even this rooster looks like it's shining on the card. And there's a lot to do with your light being more. We have movement, which again, that's what it looks like on the Boar card. That's what we keep talking about, is a journey. And then we have determination. That's what we're talking about. You just do your journey and it looks like what it looks like. And you'll climb the mountains as you have to. You know, you're not stopping. There's nothing in you that will stop. Oh, one of my friends just said this. I do group tarot. If you guys don't know this channel, I talk about it all the time. I'm getting your cards from this big bag of cards, and it's always very distracting when I grab into these tea leaf oracle cards because there's so many of them and I have to listen. But yes, I do group tarot the last Saturday of every month, and in group tarot, one of our friends was saying something like, where she's headed, she can't like drop it. Like she will keep going. That's the only thing. Like, and she knows that inside of her. Like, you know, kind of a thing. You just keep going. You keep going, you know. I guess Dory, like, just keeps swimming, but you feel a little bit more severe and serious than Dory energy. Let's see. Whale, great worry over nothing. That's the interesting thing. To the world around you, how you are going to be perceived is everybody might be a little bit scared and worried for you, where it is you're headed, what it is that you're doing. They might not be so aware or understand what is happening with the cards here. I can't believe I did that. I had them uneven. Oh, I can't handle it. Here we go. Now I'm better. Thank you for that pause, group 3. Okay, we also have marriage. That's interesting. And then we have wind chimes with peace and harmony. For a few of you, this has a lot to do with describing something that has to do with love and ending and or beginning a partnership and or venturing into being loved when you're going through hardship and or loving someone else as they do, as they go through something like recovery. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this? Okay. And then we have rat, someone working against you behind your back. And we have bull, plenty of material things. Right. Okay. So putting this all together, you know, that little message about relationships and love aside, it feels like for right now, you know, you got a lot working against you. And that's why to the outer world, it'll look like bravery and courage and determination. But this marriage kind of energy is this sacred bond to your destination, to your calling, to your purpose, to this challenge, to the X on your map. You know, the X marks the spot for you. And again, the great worry over nothing. There's something inside of you that just is determined and you're like, I can't spend my energy on worry. The world around you will. The world around you in certain kinds of ways is going to be like hella worried, but you've got peace and harmony. I do think it's interesting. Your wind chimes. And then we have Page of Swords and Queen of Swords, which is the energy of air. I think that in time, something about you will be able to communicate the energy of peace and harmony a whole lot more in a frequency that can be so well heard to the world around you that it probably prosperously brings about plenty of material things for you in the future to be able to do more with. Your next cards, we have sacred boundaries, and then we also have small steps and big accomplishments. Oh, this is so interesting. I love this card. I know I'm brushing over sacred boundaries, but there's something about how it's a little land turtle, or yeah, land turtle on the land, and then there's this sea turtle up here. Something about your movement can be stop, start, fast, quick. It depends on like what you are having to travel over and travel through journey-wise to your X marks the spot kind of destination goal that you got. Sometimes it will be harder going and you'll have to move slower, and that's just what it is. And then other times you can move so swiftly because you're in the direct current or things are aligned. Just expect things to go like that. If this is a relationship, expect things to go like that with a relationship, because there are healing energies involved in this for sure. Sometimes it'll be easy, sometimes it'll be hard, kind of a thing. And then sacred boundaries, it's this energy throughout your whole entire reading of what's next on your spiritual journey is the more you know yourself, the better off the whole entire world will be. And again, we're going back to that, you're Katniss Everdeen, and like, oh, that's a very famous movie and book, and I'm like, the end. I'm about to reference the very, very end of the whole saga, and I don't want to, just in case, like, huge spoiler alert. Like, in the end, Katniss decides for herself. She sees things as they are, and she makes her own decision, kind of a thing. Sacred boundaries. You're meant to leap into action. You're meant to do this kind of leadership. It's only you. It can only be you. You're the one, kind of a thing. So uphold that, have those boundaries where nobody else's opinions can truly matter. There's such like a solo thing. Nobody else's opinions can truly matter. It's just about you. It's just you. Okay. Oh, your cards again are getting messy. How can I handle it? Anyway, your last card is another turtle. You guys, sea turtle. Sea turtle totem. Sea turtle animal totem. Use them as a resource while you go on this next phase of your life. When you see sea turtles, when you see like, you know, the energy of sea turtles, like somebody, I'm hearing earrings. Somebody might have sea turtle earrings. You go to places that have sea turtles, something like that. It's a huge spirit animal energy for you. But it says adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. That is where you belong. The Hermit card was the first card that came out. Four of Cups. You belong in your inner peace. And if the world around you is telling you there are hazards and it's dangerous, you still belong in your inner peace. It says, notice the small things and appreciate them. Small steps, big accomplishments. What is this? Celebrate your wins. Okay, now I think I fully understand this card. Remember how I was hoping that I could better understand it when we got more cards out? Now I understand. This will take as long as it takes. This will become whatever it needs to become. It is making me think of one of my friends who is on one of these kinds of love journeys with her partner. Definitely. I admire her. I admire her for her tenacity, because she is so much more brave than I am, and she has so much more amplified light and love than I have at this moment in time in love and in a romantic relationship. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say that right now in my personal life, because of your reading and channeling this for you all, group 3, I'm gonna celebrate her wins with her a whole lot more. So yeah, because, you know, small steps, huge accomplishments. That's what we got going on. Okay. Group 3, that's what we have for you. We are all finished, your guides and I. Because this is YouTube, you know, like and subscribe. You can let us know anything you think about this in the comments if you wish to. Also, check out my links in the description of this video. I have stuff. This is the book that I created. It's the Little Book of Tarot Spreads. This is the paperback version. You can order it through Lulu. It's a print on demand. So then it'll take a few days to print and maybe a few days to get to you. And then that's all. But if you want it immediately, I do have the ebook version. And as you can see, it has several different chapters. What is this one? This is the existence. Wait, yeah, existence. Just like existence as a whole. So grab a tarot deck. Use it, you know, as a beginner, as, you know, whatever, expert, wherever you are at in your tarot journey. That's why I created this book for us. It has a shit ton of spreads, as you can see, but yeah. That's it. Order it if you want to. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hello, lovely persons. You guys are here at this point in the video because you want to know what decks I used. So here they are, and I'm laying them out on the table in the order that I use them in for our readings. And of course I used tea leaves, this one, and I finished everybody off with a card from this one. Okay, I love you guys very much.